great play.
46 meeting all-time Phoenix tonight. Break out the brand new wardrobe digs. Black tops and the maroon lettering and the white numerals trimmed in maroon. Jeremy Moser, your referee. Ball in the air, and the tap controlled by the Spartans and underway on a December Saturday night. Glad to have you with us wherever you may be. This is Atwell. He'll move it away to Sizedo. Sizedo takes the Henry screen, takes it to the foul circle right side. Now right back to Atwell. Atwell driving in on King. Now the step back triple is good. 34th triple on the season for the junior from out of Huntersville. And UNCG stakes it to an early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, that was really good defense by Andrew King there. Just a better shot. I think coach is going to be okay with that. That's nothing free, but they got to be careful to limit those tonight.
Sam Sherry baseline underneath the bucket. Can't get it to go. Rebound jerked down by Henry. This is Sizedo working against Tawan Simpkins. He'll leave it for Reith. Now to Atwell. Atwell works it away to Sizedo. Sizedo flips it across the defense for Reith to fire the three. No good. And Van Komen with the rebound.
Yeah, that's something they worked on practice a lot today, especially with their communication. Phoenix is going to need to be loud here to really talk because UNCG is just looking for opportunities to get a clean look at the three ball.
King took it down the lane left side, got caught, tried to pitch it out, and Sizedo with the swipe. UNCG comes in, forcing just under 12 turnovers per contest.
Yeah, that's one of the things Coach said. You can't necessarily beat yourself in this situation. Phoenix do not want to start off slow like they did in Johnson City.
And Henry down the lane. Kyrie, he'll draw the contact. Thought for a moment it was going to be on Van Komen, but they'll get Nick Dorn on the back end. Sophomore from out of Charlotte whistled for his first. That'll be team first. We've already told you that Jeremy Moser works as your referee this evening. Second straight ball game that he's seen the Phoenix. He was on the floor Wednesday night in the hills of East Tennessee. Connor Penn and C.J. Middlebrooks are your umpires.
I think referee Moser understands it's Christmas time. You got some gifts to go by. Got to put a little bit more money in the budget. I'm not mad at that at all.
Henry knocks down the first. Graduate student from out of Longview, Texas, who spent 4 years at George Mason. And make it 2 for 2, and the Spartans out to an early 5-0 lead.
The Phoenix got to be careful here. Not necessarily to rush, not necessarily turn over the ball. Just have to be careful in this situation. Don't want to fall down an early hole like they did in Johnson City to ETSU.
Sizedo almost slapped it away from Simpkins in the backcourt. Sherry with it at the top. He'll move it away to Simpkins. Tawan pushing right back to Sherry. Here comes the double team up top. Clean air. Simpkins will knock home the triple. Tawan gets the Phoenix on the board. His 11th triple of the year.
I mean, how he's affectionately called Wani G. I'll tell you this right now. If he can get rolling, he's very streaky in a positive way, kind of like Nick Dorn. If he hits one, the goal becomes the ocean for him. He can start hitting a lot of shots from a lot of different areas.
Giles' first touch of the night in traffic. Couldn't get it to go in the rebound. Slapped away by Van Komen, recovered by King. Matt ought to at least get a hockey save on the rebound for getting it into Andrew's hands.
I mean, to be 7'4", just kind of jumping over an individual. No contact needed at all. Have the reach to just make the play. Great rebound there to get them another possession.
Simpkins pushes away to Sherry. Sam going to work baseline. Leaning in. Can't get it to go, but stays with it. Couldn't get the second one to go. Can't get the third one to go. Back up strong. Had it slapped away. And they'll get the whistle. And that is one of the more improved aspects of Sam Sherry's game in his senior year. 4 different opportunities. He had a hand in all 4.
And I'm telling you, just that hunger of trying to put the ball in the hoop. He was watching it the whole way through, just fighting for rebounds there, especially coming off that shoulder injury. He's battling. He's competing. 4 no's. They need him on the floor, and he has to make those plays.
Moon Reith whistled for his first. Team first.
Look at it.
And they will say non-shooting foul, much to the dismay of the third-year head coach of the Phoenix. This is King with it on the baseline, trying to flip it up top to Van Komen. Matthew just had it go right through the wickets. They'll go to the other end off the second miscue for the Phoenix in the early going. Giles driving down the lane. He'll leave it inside, and it's Moon Reith who will lay it in.
Yeah, one thing that Andrew King has to do, he's got to slow down a little bit. He's kind of just getting in frantic positions and throwing the rock. He can't turn it over with the team like this.
This is Simpkins down the lane. TK's got the only bucket so far on the evening for the Phoenix. And they'll get Donovan Atwell for the personal. First on Atwell. Becomes the second on UNCG. And Tawan Simpkins will head to the stripe for a two-shot opportunity.
Yeah, one thing I really like from TJ there, just being aggressive, getting to the basket. That's what they need. It can't be a settle for jump shots. Even the mid-range is something that they're really, really good at. They have to get to the rim, draw some fouls, get themselves to the line, give them opportunities to kind of really try to wear down this UNCG defense that's been so strong in the first part of the season.
Season high 27, Kyrie, on Wednesday night, but also a season high 30 minutes as the Phoenix kind of went through the lineup changes on the fly. With the injury to his twin brother in TK. Now a little bit of backcourt pressure. Simpkins has got all 5 for the Phoenix. As Tawan and Sam Sherry on the double team right in front of our broadcast location. UNCG will break it, then gets it downstairs. The shot opportunity by Atwell, that's no good, and King with the rebound.
Yeah, I love that by King. Getting there, little guy getting there, getting dirty. Definitely needed their big board.
King, who comes into the evening with 4.5 rebounds per ball game to his credit. Here's Simpkins, step back for the dribble. Can't get it to go. Speak of the devil, King with the offensive rebound. Up top, Sherry for the 3. Got it! Sam pays full rim insurance, Kyrie. Front rim, back rim, side rim, and then it went around the horn one more time for good measure.
Yeah, he's just having a competition with the rim at this point. He's just making contact everywhere for him. But that's big for 4, and that's a big shot there. The Phoenix up 8-7. Even though it hasn't been the crispest, they're definitely playing hard and trying to keep this UNCG team off the glass.
Giles in the lane, bucket good. Kenyon Giles, first field goal of the night. UNCG retakes the lead.
Yeah, the one thing I love about the guards from UNCG is when they get in the paint, they can beat you by getting to the rim, but they also have outstanding mid-range, and they can really attack anybody on the Elon defense.
Next dead ball brings us the under 16 timeout. Mike Jones has got the small cavalry waiting at the scorer's table. Simpkins brought it to the baseline right side. Now this is Sherry. Sam in the lane off the triple. Can't get it to go, but Jeremy Moser will say contact, and I believe he will get Sizado, the senior from the Netherlands. Indeed he will. First on Sizado, third on the Spartans. UNCG leads by 1. Back we come to Schar Center.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Great medicine and world-class athletics come together at Duke. The Urbanic Sports Science Institute leads this collaboration in treating all sports-related issues from injuries to improving performance. We pride ourselves on offering the best clinical care for all athletes, all ages, and all skill levels. To learn more, visit dukehealth.org or call 919-813-6860.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
UNCG in front by 1. Lead has changed twice in the early going, but the Phoenix starting to get back to matters at hand. Yes, they're 2 for 7, but Kyrie 7 to 1 on the glass, including 4 offensive rebounds already.
Yeah, I mean, if you count Sam Sherry just stat padding a little bit in that one play, the Phoenix are doing a great job on the glass because the thing about UNCG is they want to get the ball similar to Elon and they want to go, but the Phoenix are utilizing their height and not just their height. Looking at King, who didn't have as many rebounds against ETSU. He's down there getting dirty, and when you have your guard doing that, that's going to definitely have the rest of the team doing it. So good start for the Phoenix, especially in the paint.
Sherry ready on the free throw, and good. Sam's got 4. TK's got the other 5 to his credit.
Yeah.
Only 2 so far to mark in the column. Sherry, who came in 70% of the season, makes the first, misses the second. So first tie of the evening at 9. Front court come the Spartans. Ronald Polite, the third in the ball game for the first time of the evening. This is Jalen Brett going down the lane, had it blocked away. Sherry and Braden Crump both in the neighborhood. And Tawan Simpkins, that is called hit the accelerator to the floor.
I think what I'm loving, what I'm seeing from Tawan right now is he's not settling for jump shots. He's getting to the rim. He has the athleticism. He has the speed, the quickness with his first step. He's doing a great job with that so far. They're going to need that a lot here tonight. And good hands there.
Yep, Breath right in the middle of the zone, had it slapped away. Jones and Harrell go to the deck. And the alternating arrow will give it to the Phoenix. It is Sizano, Polite, Breath, as well as Jones and Giles in the ball game. So Miles Jones, Ronald Polite, and Jalen Breath get their first look of the evening.
Yeah, TD, one thing I love about this Elon second unit that you have in, this is a hustle group, especially with Braden Crump and Isaac Harrell. Those guys get dirty and they can get to the point, but they also can shoot the ball really well also, so they can have to keep a defense honest.
Speaking of shooting the ball really well, right corner, and Sam Sherry knocks home his second triple. Something about this building, the guy who hit 3 of them against Wofford's hit 2 early.
Well, Ford looks like his legs are a little fresh. You know, he didn't play there, and I think Coach said it in pregame. You know, not playing in a game makes you a little bit hungry, and you can tell he has the look in his eye, and he's playing like it right now.
This is Polite. He'll take it to the foul line, extended left side. Now flips it away to Giles. Giles in the lane, high arcing shot. Can't get it to go. Harrell with the rebound.
I mean, Giles utilizing his speed against Sam Sherry, but Sam Sherry using his height, getting his hand, trying to block the vision. Outstanding play there.
Simpkins trying to back Giles down. Around the horn they go. Crump will fire for the 3. That's no good. Isaac Harrell, though, able to save it off of a Spartan. And it'll remain Elon basketball. It's 6-0 Phoenix run.
I mean, that's one of those hustle plays that we're talking about. That's an easy give and go there for UNCG to kind of make a run at it. But that's their Isaac hustling, throwing the ball off the defender, giving his offense another opportunity to have a possession.
Now all of a sudden the whistle. Jeremy Moser wasn't quite ready to go. Now he says, yep, now we are ready to go. So 19 on the shot clock as King will inbound. And a long entry. Isaac Harrell retrieves. This is Simpkins working off the Sherry screen. Step back to 1. Left side. No good. And the rebound pulled away by Giles. Front court come the Spartans. Largest Phoenix lead of the evening at 5.
Yeah, Phoenix have to make sure they're talking, and they're not there, and that left an open 3.
This is Polite for the triple. No good. Harrell crashing for the rebound. And then almost wound up in the lap of about 3 different assistant coaches. But it'll remain Spartan basketball as Billy Taylor wants a quick word with C.J. Middlebrooks in terms of the slap going to the bench.
I'm going to be honest, that
third-year head coach may have a point.
A little bit, and I think that's a little bit him being from Arkansas as well. Just kind of lost his footing. That's not a great moment for everybody. It was a little bit of a tap, but Isaac got to stay on his feet in those moments.
Polite takes it into the lane. He'll dump it down, leave it for Breath, who will finish underneath the bucket. 4th-year junior from out of Oklahoma City's got his first points of the evening.
Yeah, I think UNCG sees that this is an opportunity with Van Coleman not in, trying to get to the paint and trying to either get Sherry in some foul trouble since he's so hot, or really test Braden Crump and make sure he's ready to freely battle down there.
This is Simpkins, shot fake, then driving in, and will draw the contact on Jalen Breath. And the 59-year-old graduate of Howard University. Not very happy with C.J. Middlebrooks as Mike Jones simply extends his arms straight up in the air. And the personal on Breath will be his first. Before we go any further, you were the guy that coined the nickname Arkansas Alpaca last year, right?
100%.
Okay. Okay. I just want people to know that you have a fondness for Isaac Harrell in terms of the way he plays the game. and everything that he gets done.
I don't think he appreciated it as much as I did, but
Oh, I think you appreciated it enough for about everybody.
100%.
Right?
I
Okay.
mean, you know, we had an alpaca farm in Burlington. That was a really, really big deal. I don't know if they're still there, but if they are, this is a great, in the world of NIL, this is a great opportunity to start some conversations. And I think he's a perfect candidate for it.
16-11, Phoenix in front by 5. UNCG ball. This is Breath inside working against Van Komen. And the whistle, C.J. Middlebrooks, who's been awfully busy here in the opening half, will whistle it on 22 in the alternate home blacktop this evening. First on Van Komen becomes the second team foul. And to the stripe will go Breath.
I'll tell you right now, that could have easily been on Braden Crump there. It looked like, you know, just primarily Van Komen is trying to keep his ground, but love the physicality of Breath. He's going right at Van Komen. From a height differential, obviously it's there, but he has the body to really be physical and move Van Komen if he wants to.
As Breath will knock down the bucket. Akram Ahmed will check in the ball game for the first time on the evening for UNCG, graduate student from out of Hackensack, New Jersey. And then right when you say that, Donovan Atwell will come in and grab Ahmed's number. And Breath missing on the second opportunity. And Komen with the rebound. 16-12, Phoenix lead by 4.
You know, one thing the Phoenix got to get going, they have to get Nick Dorn kind of awake here. He hasn't necessarily got a shot going, and you know with his offensive capabilities, he can make things happen for the Phoenix, and he can score in bunches.
Harrell trying to punch it downstairs to Crump, had it slapped away, and out of there comes Miles Jones.
Outstanding defense there by UNCG.
Left corner, Jones for the triple, no good. Dorn on the weak side rebound.
Dorn's got to create some space for himself, give himself an opportunity. They got to find him because he has no shot so far, and I can't tell you how if he's went a 10-minute stretch without putting the ball up.
Atwell on Dorn as Nick will try to drive him to the baseline. And now in the lane, and Dorn will get the friendly roll over the front of the iron for the bucket. Nick Dorn's first field goal of the evening.
I think you heard me. He's someone they have to get going, especially with the loss of TK Simpkins here. He's someone that can put the ball in the hoop, and the more offensive weapons the Phoenix have, the more dangerous that they can be.
This is Jones, top of the key. Shot fake, thought about it, and then he'll simply reholster. Polite down the lane, left-hand side, flips it away to Jones on the bounce pass. Now Giles has got it. Fifth best scorer in the SoCon goes to work. Step back, long range two, and the bucket is good. Giles thought he may have had the three, but C.J. Middlebrook saw foot on the line. And so Giles has got 4 in the early going.
I mean, Giles in that step back so far, he's lethal with it, and he's not creating a lot of space, but enough for him to give himself an opportunity.
Nick Dorn down the lane, can't get it. They go, and then the Phoenix play volleyball. Van Komen, then Crump, and it's the man from Morganton that flushes it home.
Yeah, the young guy being there where he needs to be. The dirty plays that we talk about are getting down there and getting those rebounds, especially with this second unit. That's what they have to do to keep the Phoenix in games.
Jones in the heart of the zone. He'll send it away to Giles, who will fire for the triple and good. Kyrie, he is a microwave when he gets going. 1 leads to 2, 2 leads to 3.
Yeah, and that's one thing Coach talked about in pregame. You cannot leave some of these shooters open from UNCG because they will just continue to make plays. So I can guarantee in the timeout, that's what's going to be talked about.
Harrell had it slapped away. It's in the Phoenix backcourt when we roll on, but we head to the under 12. Phoenix in front by 3 on a Saturday night from Sharp. 10 on the glass. Kyrie, 7 offensive rebounds in a ball game that's been tied once and has had 3 lead changes.
I mean, if you really just talk about Isaac Harrell and Braden Crump, they came in 4 boards between them. They are really setting things up. So when you get Van Komen, when you get Sam Sherry back in, those guys can get a break. But the expectation and then just really controlling the paint can continue to happen. So great minutes there for those guys, and now they're back to the unit with Kendall Campbell in as well.
Yep, King, Simpkins, Dorn, Van Komen, and the guy from Atlanta who simply leaves it up top. 7-4 from out of Utah. Went and got it and hammered it home.
I mean, Taylor Durham, I'm going to be honest with you, that's there all day long. That is something I think the Phoenix have to continue to go to the well, is Van Komen versus Air at that point. So UNCG, I don't know if they have anything to stop that, so that's just a great play there by the Phoenix.
Polite got caught, sends it back up top. Jones can't get it to go. Van Komen put a hand on it, and then King will go chase it down.
Yeah, I love King's hustle there and getting to the paint. I mean, that was a good battle there for the rebound. Love to see that.
Simpkins, foul line extended right side. Almost got the dipsy-do to go on the little lay-in, but could not get it to fall.
Yeah, Kendall Campbell kind of mistimed his jump. A good job by UNCG for fighting for that rebound.
This is Jones. He'll push it going downstairs, and Henry the catch and the finish. Malik Henry has got 4 on the night.
Great job by Henry by utilizing the athleticism, not necessarily going straight up to make it easy for Van Komen, just switching sides, making him move. That's what UNCG has to do in order to give themselves advantages in the paint.
Van Komen at 7-4, occupying the spot 20 feet away. This is King with it off of the left wing. Andrew down to the baseline. Can't get through. Up top to Dorn. 5 on the shot clock. Nick trying to drive through traffic. Can't get it to go, but Kendall Campbell on the finish. Phoenix are attacking the offensive glass, something they did not do Wednesday night.
And I think having Kendall Campbell back, he's had a few injuries he's been dealing with. He had a head injury of getting knocked a little bit in the pregame a couple games ago, but having him back, fresh legs there, allows for the Phoenix to have the depth that they need in order to compete against teams like UNCG.
Polite taking the Henry screen. He'll take it to the CAA logo. Can't get through. And then simply fires it downstairs. This is Henry on the catch. He can't get it to go. Van Komen the rebound. Polite rips off his rec specs and flips them right next to our broadcast location as they go to the other end. And Simpkins can't get it to go, and Polite with the rebound.
I'm telling you right now, I love what I'm seeing from Henry. He's doing a great job of trying to really battle against Van Komen, and that's going to be something that pays dividends, because that's a lot to ask for Matthew in that situation.
Polite with his first field goal of the night. Maybe the non-glasses work better than having the glasses.
Yeah, you know, the rec specs sometimes, when you're younger, they're like cheat codes. When you get older, they kind of just get in the way.
Dorn down the lane, and he and Atwell get tangled up, and I believe they're going to get Donovan Atwell on the personal, and indeed they will. Excuse me, it'll be Polite, not Atwell. Polite whistle for his first and team fourth. Van Komen on the dunk from Kendall Campbell, and all of a sudden the Phoenix get a Campbell assist to lead by 3.
Great medicine and world-class athletics come together at Duke. The Urbanic Sports Science Institute leads this collaboration in treating all sports-related issues from injuries to improving performance. We pride ourselves on offering the best clinical care for all athletes, all ages, and all skill levels. To learn more, visit dukehealth.org or call 919-813-6860.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli.
Dear Triad, we see you driving by us every day, whether off to work or ready to play, heading over to a beautiful park, just in time for a fun family walk, or windows open, zipping around for quick bite with friends right downtown. Your Toyota takes you most everywhere, and we ensure you get there with the utmost of care. Oh, Triad, we sure love you dearly. Yours, most sincerely, Cox Toyota. Before you buy, give Cox a try.
Discover your gateway to the Elon experience with a stay at the Inn at Elon, a 4-star boutique hotel nestled in the heart of one of the nation's most beautiful campuses. Their mission, a stay with a purpose, ensures that 100% of profits from your stay and meals go directly to supporting student scholarships. Enjoy fine dining at the Mark, along with exceptional hospitality throughout your stay. Learn more and book your visit at theinnatelon.com.
Phoenix lead's been as big as 6. It currently sits at 3, and Kyrie, the number that jumps out. 8 guys have played so far. 6 have already tallied points, including Crump and Campbell there in the recent moments.
Yeah, your non-starters for Elon are coming in, and they're keeping that intensity. They're playing fast. They're playing physical. They're matching the energy that is needed against a team like this, and they've done a great job so far.
This is Dorn following the timeout. Nick will fire for the triple from the corner. Can't get it to go with the rebound. Pulled away by Giles. Giles simply took that one away from Crump. Giles moves it away to Davis. Demetrius Davis in the ball game for the first time on the evening, and Kenyon Giles puts the Spartans back tied off of his second triple of the night, 33rd of the season.
Yeah, that's an interesting matchup there with Giles on Sherry in regards to Sherry kind of looked at him and tried to, really impact the shot, but Giles in athleticism, great shot there.
This is Trey O'Neal, who's in the ball game for the first time on the evening. With TK Simpkins in street clothes at the end of the bench, Phoenix have had to go a little deeper into the war chest. Cherry wanted to give it up to Dorn. Instead, he'll pitch it right back to O'Neal. Shot clock goes to 2. One King trying to reach for it and had it slapped away. They'll go to the other end, and Ahmed will lay it in. Akram Ahmed with his first field goal of the night. 26-24. Spartans retake the lead.
Phoenix got to do a better job communicating, especially with the clock, because it was kind of like a two-man game with O'Neal and then AK.
Crump to get the lead back. Can't get it to go. Dorn the rebound, but they'll get the offensive foul on Nick. Sizano simply drawing the push, and Dorn whistled for his second personal, and that will be third team foul in the opening half. And a pretty simple call that time as you get a look at the replay.
Yeah, I mean, it was right there, right in front of him. Dorn's kind of pressing a little bit. He doesn't need to do that. His game is way too good for that. But once again, UNCG is just playing physical, and they are getting in his face, not giving him the space and opportunity, and that's what's kind of frustrating him a bit. So maybe a few minutes on the bench will kind of calm him down, but they're going to need him in this game.
Giles high off the window, can't get it to go. It's Crump with the rebound.
Crump with a really strong board there. Sherry now working in the middle. He's going to have to find a way to kind of create some mismatches or make a big play to try to get his team back. Simpkins as well driving the ball to the lane.
This is Crump with it in the lane. Braden goes to work. Got stopped. Now got to find some help. Sends it back up top. Simpkins right in front of a standing Mike Jones, who directs the defensive effort down the lane. Can't get it to go. Crump the rebound, and then Ahmed simply reaches in and slaps at it, but let's wait and see. Thought for a moment it's going to be Ahmed, but it may not be. Let's wait and see. They have not yet officially given us the list. It may be Sizano, but Crump will head to the stripe, and indeed it is. York Sizano, senior from out of the Netherlands, whistled for his second, and that'll be team 6th.
I'll tell you,
Crump knocks down the free throw, pal.
I love what I'm seeing from Braden Crump right now. He's matching the physicality and expectation of being down there in the paint. So realistically, the ball's up there. He's fighting for it. I mean, he's only been in the game for around 7 minutes. He already has 4 boards. So that's just showing he's fighting for every ball, and that's what the Phoenix need. UNCG is gonna make their plays, and they have. And the Phoenix have done a great job rebounding, but Crump is just doing an even better job of just competing for every ball.
Crump's free throw snaps what was a 7-0 Spartan run. Elon just won for their last 7, and Braden cannot knock home the back end to tie things up.
Phoenix kind of really work on some things from an offensive standpoint. They're 0 for 4. I haven't scored in the last 3 minutes. And UNCG, they've just got into a flow. They're just doing the things they need to do. They're running their offense, trying to find the open man, and really push the Phoenix here and see if they're going to make the mistake that allows for a free basket.
Polite with it on the right wing to Ahmed. Now right back to Polite. O'Neal on him defensively. Polite step back over the top of Trey O'Neal, and nothing more than O'Neal could have done there. Ronald Polite's 5th 3 of the year. moves the Spartan lead to 4.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the threes that UNCG are hitting, it's not necessarily like the Phoenix are not there, but they're just putting the ball in the basket, so the Phoenix can't hang their head on that, but they just have to make sure they're not giving them as much space, because one thing UNCG is doing, they're just hitting tough shots. Got to give them credit for that.
Trey O'Neal for the triple, missed everything. Sherry trying to make the save amongst some of the photogs and social media people on the baseline and cannot come up with it. Spartans have hit 4 out of their last 5. Phoenix have missed on all of their last 5 and 7 of their last 8.
Yes. So who's going to step up for the Phoenix is going to stop the bleeding, because one thing, UNCG, they are in that rhythm that we talked about earlier, and they can be streaky as well. And right now they are finding what they need. They're taking the shots that nothing forced, and they're just taking advantage of the opportunities the defense has provided.
Phoenix have gone back to the zone look. This is Davis right in the heart of the zone, trying to pitch it up top. Had it slapped away by Harrell, recovered by O'Neal. He'll move it right back to Harrell.
Good job by Isaac by just kind of slowing things down a bit.
Trey Neal for the triple. Missed it, and the rebound pulled away by the Spartans. Front court comes Polite. Phoenix right now just cannot get a look to fall. Polite down the lane, and he'll lay it in. Ronald Polite's got 7 in the opening half. Largest Spartan lead of the opening frame at 6.
Yeah. Trey has to calm down a little bit. Just walk into the flow of the game. He's going to get shots, but he can't force it.
Harrell for the triple, missed badly. Phoenix have missed on their last 7 offers from the floor. Ahmed will bring in front court. Polite at the top of the key. He'll take it down the lane. Couldn't get it to go. Isaac Harrell slapped at it. And they'll say it'll go the way of the Spartans when we roll on. C.J. Middlebrooks blows the whistle, but then needs Connor Penn to make the call, and it'll lead us to the break. Spartans in the midst of a 12-1 run to lead by 6. With Kyrie Walker, I'm Taylor Durham. Phoenix in the midst of a 12-1 Spartan run, trail by 6. The reason right now is defensively, and we mentioned it earlier, UNCG came in tops in the SoCon in field goal defense, second best in terms of defending the 3. Right now, the Phoenix at 31% and just 3 of 11 from behind the arc.
Yeah, and I think the Phoenix have kind of stopped just working to the rim. It's just a little bit out of control, not running the offensive sets that they have been working on diligently with Coach. And UNCG, they're just being physical on defense and allowing Elon to not be comfortable, and they're doing a great job.
Inside, Breath had it pinned by Van Komen, and they're going to get the alternating arrow to go the way of the Spartans. It is Breath as well as Davis, Giles, Polite, and Ahmed for the Phoenix it is Harrell, Simpkins, Van Komen, Campbell, and Andrew King. Off of the inbounds, the jumper no good from the corner, and Simpkins will track it down.
Yeah, Elon has to run an all good offensive set here, work to the paint, and try to really break this drought because it's been over 2 minutes right now, and it's a 12-1 run for UNCG. So running their set, maybe giving something to Van Komen so he can get close to the basket and just really end this and get back into their flow.
Simpkins with it. Trying to go downstairs to Harold and simply threw it right into the hands of Polite. And then Polite able to save it, slamming it off of the instep of Isaac Harrell. Sixth turnover of the opening half. And we mentioned it during our countdown on the audio platform side. This is not a Spartan ball club that forces a lot in games. In fact, 4 straight ball games of 10 or fewer, and Breath in the lane for the bucket. He's got 5 in the opening half. Spartan largest lead at 8.
Brett's going right after it and competing. And I tell you right now, UNCG's energy is just much higher than Elon's right now. And they're doing a good job of just on the offensive end, just taking advantage of every situation. Phoenix need to battle and be a little tougher to match this energy.
Kendall Campbell on the attempt. He'll draw the personal on Dimitri Davis. His first becomes team 7th. And Campbell, native of Atlanta, who spent time at the Combine Academy in Lincolnton, to the stripe for the 2-shot opportunity. Sherry and Dorn at the table.
Yeah, the Phoenix right now, they're just in a tough situation. They just have no flow offensively. And UNCG, that's what a good defense does. They're playing great with their hands in the face, not allowing a lot of space. And you can tell they've kind of went to the drawing board on how they're going to guard the interior. They've done a great job on Sherry and Van Komen, and they've started to get more boards and just continuing to push. So the Phoenix need to match and make some adjustments as well.
This is Campbell on the free throw opportunity. He'll knock it home. Kendall missing the front end. Sherry will come in and get Campbell. Dorn gets Harold. So it'll be Sherry, Simpkins, King, Dorn, and Van Komen. The starting lineup on the floor for foreseeably the final 2.5 minutes. At the other end, Davis to Ahmed. Ahmed down the lane. He'll push to Giles. Left corner for the 3. Good. And the opportunity on the 4-point play following the Andrew King personal.
I mean, right now, the athleticism and the speed of UNCG's players is on full display. Exactly the pass where it needs to be, too much space, and then a touch on the elbow there by Drew King, and just making the buckets. That's exactly what they're doing. Giles is he's 3 for 3. He's having enough space where he can do what he does, and he's doing a fantastic job of putting the ball in the rim. Phoenix need to adjust because right now it's a 17-2 run. UNCG is just kind of pulling away. Phoenix need to kind of get it back and put their energy up.
Giles, the native of Chesapeake, Virginia, knocks home the free throw. Just like that, he's got 14 and a half, and I would tell you it's the quietest 14 in an opening half that you've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, and I think with all of his shots that he's had, it's nothing been easy. He's just doing a great job of putting the ball in the bucket.
Simpkins to Sherry. Sam on the shot fake. Now he'll take it in the lane. Spinning in the lane. Got it to go. Sherry has got 9 and a half. 37-28. Phoenix snap a streak of having missed 7 straight from the floor.
Having Sam Sherry at the top of the key with Van Komen sitting kind of in the paint a little bit, that is an advantage for the Phoenix that they have to, I think, go back to. Because not only can Sherry drive, he can throw it up to Matthew as well.
Davis the catch. Can't get it to go. Sherry with a rebound. He'll push away to King. Andrew right back to Sherry. Now loops it down. Van Komen made the catch. Fans wanted the contact. So did the third-year head coach as Van Komen hits the deck on the offensive end. Polite in the lane, bucket good. He's got 9 and a half, 39-28. And Jeremy Moser, who got an earful at times on Wednesday night from the Aurora, Illinois native, is once again in the same spot. Nick Dorn down the lane, can't get it to go, but they'll get Davis on the block opportunity. And it will lead us to free throws. Demetrius Davis, his second personal, and team 8.
I'll tell you right now, UNCG is hyped up. They're ready to play some ball. Phoenix have to match it. But look, going back to that Van Komen call there in that situation is that, I understand he's a big man. However, a foul is a foul in that situation. But once again, you got to get back and play. And that's what the Phoenix did not do. And UNCG is just continuing to take advantage of those miscues by the Phoenix, and they're putting points on the board.
Nick Dorn knocks down the free throw. Quick reminder, Food Lion, proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For each free throw the Phoenix make in this evening's ball game, Food Lion Feeds donates 100 meals to the Second Harvest Food Bank. So Nick Dorn puts 200 more meals into Kitty. And the Phoenix back within 9. And Kyrie, this is one of the spots they got in Wednesday night where they got it to 9 in Johnson City. And then all of a sudden ETSU sprinted to the finish of the half.
Well, one thing that we saw is that they need to communicate more, and they're not. And Polite's just doing exactly what he's doing right there, getting into the lane and making buckets over everybody. He's doing a great job.
Polite's third straight ball game in double figures. Simpkins at the other end, down the lane, had it knocked away by Giles, recovered by Polite. Sherry will pin it against the glass. Breath, though, the rebound. Sends it left corner. Jones for the three. No good. They'll slap it around the iron. UNCG, the offensive rebound, and now the reset.
I mean, that's a great play there by Sherry. But once again, UNCG slowing it down. With 18 seconds, they're going to hold for the last shot here, up 11.
And Kenyon Giles will do the honors. The former Radford Highlander to the top of the key. He'll fire for the three and good. His fourth triple in the half. And the Spartans have raced it to their largest lead of the evening at 14 with 4.6 left in the opening half. Use it or lose it 30-second timeout has been taken by the Phoenix. Boy, UNCG came in having hit for 70 or more in 2 straight in 3 of the last 4. You and I talked about the William Peace win on Tuesday night being the tune-up, the get-right game.
Yeah. After
the loss at North Florida, certainly they've taken the vibes from Tuesday night and come on the road and certainly carried those over.
I mean, just looking at the 3-ball TD, they're 6 for 11 in the first half, and that's 4 from Giles, who's, once again, these are not wide open threes that he's taking. They're just running their offensive set, and he has enough separation, especially whether it's off a ball screen or just off of movement, that he can hit his shot. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're shooting 53% from the field, 54% from 3. I mean, that's a recipe of success. So the Phoenix have to kind of hope that they slow down a little bit, or they have to better put a stronger hand in their face, because right now UNCG, they're unconscious from the field.
They have gone back to the monitor. They have gone to 6.7, so plenty of time. And Isaac Harrell will trigger 94 feet from the bucket. King, Sherry, Dorn, and Simpkins on the floor, and the guy who is in his 4th season in Greensboro, 63 and 43 on the marker. 59-year-old Mike Jones, 10th head coach in program history, will ask for the use it or lose it 30-second timeout for the Spartans. Kyrie mentioned 6 of 11. 11 for 21 from inside the arc. And that shooting performance has been able to offset being out-rebounded by 6. Spartans came in being on the positive side of that ledger at a per-game marker by over 4 per game. But the Phoenix, who came into the night 46.5% from the field on the season, have struggled for the second straight ball game, just 9 of 27, including 3 of 11.
I mean, I think the other component, TD, is that if you look at the turnovers, right? He needs to turn over the ball 7 times, UNCG 2. Like, they have done an outstanding job of taking care of the ball. And just at the speed and tempo they're playing at, you would expect a little bit of chaos, but it's been controlled.
This is Simpkins with it across the timeline. TK driving down. He'll pitch to King in the corner, and Andrew missed everything. Is Polite over there defensively, and that will lead us to the break. Phoenix, who led by as many as 6, watched the Spartans put together what at one time was a 17-2 run, and they find themselves down by 14, 44-30. 30 as Polite with 11 and Giles with 17. 28 of the 44 come from the backcourt tandem. We run you through a busy night in the CAA and across the ACC next. Halftime report begins after this. And they'll say last touch by Reef. Just to underscore the point on Nick, now 5 for his last 20 from behind the arc. But he's got the Phoenix on the board first in the final 20 minutes and within 12.
Well, that's the first one, right, TD? They got to stop. So now the Phoenix got to continue to build upon that because Giles had a great look at that basket right there, but he did not make it. The Phoenix have an opportunity to continue to build.
Simpkins working on Sizano, and Tawan will take him down the lane and draw the contact. Yoriam Sizano whistled for his third. That'll be team first. And you get a look, contact going right down the lane.
And I think that's what TJ needs to live in this second half in that situation, just trying to get to the rim as much as he can, put the ball in the hoop, get to the line, really put pressure on this UNCG defense.
And Simpkins will miss the free throw. Tawan, that's on me because I was sitting there thinking 15 of your last 18 from the strike.
You did it. You did it.
Well, that's on me.
You did it. That's on you. You own it. I appreciate that about you.
And Simpkins no good on that one as well. Van Komen tried to save it and simply saved it right into Reeves' hands. When you're 7-4, you can just reach for one across the lane, inside. Henry working against Sherry, and Van Komen and Matt got a hand on it and blocked it out of there.
And that's a great job by Sherry to come around on the other side. That's a difficult scenario for anybody to be in.
Simpkins trying to go to the other end, tried to leave it for Van Komen at waist level. UNCG slapped it away. They'll go to the other end, and Van Komen with the rebound.
You know, the Phoenix want to move with pace, but they got to move with patience as well.
And Sherry off of the feed from Andrew King. Sam will draw the contact and head to the strike. Let's wait and see who C.J. Middlebrooks pins it on. It'll be Donovan Atwell. His second will become team second of the half.
That's a great
Sam Sherry to the strike.
That's a great pass by Andrew King in that situation, waiting for the defender to make a move and with the slip pass under to Sherry. But now the Phoenix got to hit their free throws for sure.
Sam ready on the opportunity and knocks it home. By not playing against East Tennessee State on Wednesday night, the consecutive start streak winds to a halt at 27 straight. He had made 41 straight appearances. The last time he did not play in a ball game, season opener last year at Lawrence, Joel, and Winston against the Demon Deacs.
Wow.
Phoenix had taken 14 and have got it down to 10. Henry sends it away to Giles. Giles, who had 17 in the opening half, will pull from the CAA logo and make it 19.
Once again, Giles in that mid-range is just lethal right now. He just needs a little bit of space and make it happen.
Sherry simply floats one in the lane. Van Komen catching it and will dunk it home. Reith tried to simply stick a hand up and bother it. Van Komen took it from it.
I mean, that's there all day. Once again, I keep running that play until UNCG has a plan and can stop it, because right now they can't, just like you can't stop the Giles mid-range.
Giles missing on the mid-range. Sherry gets pulled out of there by Henry. Phoenix want the personal. There's no call forthcoming.
Yeah, Sherry just has to get back, frustrating in that situation, but the Phoenix are doing what they need to do. They're chipping at it a little bit, but now, ooh.
Sherry had the triple blocked away. King, though, on the recovery. Andrew can't get the floater to go. Komen the volleyball to Sherry. Sherry can't finish the first time, but he will the second. And Sam Sherry to the stripe off of a fourth field goal. Boy, it feels like he's played volleyball around the iron the better part of the entire night.
I mean, I think that all kind of goes back to what Andrew King, though, fighting for that rebound and allowing that opportunity for the Miss Bunny, but then Sherry just being where he needs to be, utilizing that advantage, drawing the contact. Big and one opportunity here for the Phoenix.
Personal is going to be, as we'll get that adjudicated here in just a moment. Sherry, though, to the stripe, 3 for 4 on the night. Make him 4 for 5.
Phoenix has started off in the second half by doing what they need to do. They're getting stops. They have to continue to do that. There's a large lead here, but right now they're going to the paint. They're playing the level of game that they needed to.
This is Jalen Breath, who's in the ball game for the first time in the half. Personal foul, by the way, on Polite. And Polite going right down the lane. Will catch it in at the other end. Polite's got 13 on the night.
Yeah, I think they kind of watched some of that ETSU film. They're going right at Van Komen in the 7-4 frame that he has. And Matthew's not necessarily, backing down, but they're just being physical at the point.
King, left corner, injured, missed everything. Van Komen the rebound. Then he tried to flip one up top to Sherry. Threw it right in the hands of Jones. They'll go to the other end. And UNCG will draw the contact on Sherry. Connor Penn with a whistle, although the man from out of Mechanicsburg disagrees.
Yeah, in that situation, I think Sam did get him in there from a contact standpoint, but, Van Komen, especially when he gets the rebound, just take a second. Don't necessarily make a ill-advised throw, especially when you're trying to build back into this game.
Personal foul on Sherry will be his first. It's also team first in the half. And Ronald Polite, the third to the strike. Knocks home the first. He'll have another one coming. I mentioned earlier, 4 years at George Mason. Started 57 ball games the last 2 seasons and 7 appearances shy of 100 in his time in the nation's capital, or at least that metro.
Right there. I've been really impressed with his game, his ability to drive going at Van Komen, but then also him and Giles. That mid-range has been outstanding tonight, so they've done a great job putting a lot of pressure on this Elon defense, and they've capitalized when they've had the opportunity.
Polite makes the first, misses the second. Spartans have got it back to a double-digit lead. Dorn to get it back to single. Cannot get it to go, and it's Breath with the rebound. Under 16, media timeout comes on the next dead ball.
Phoenix desperately need to stop here to try to keep this in a manageable realm in regards to the game. Don't want to give up anything easy.
And Giles in the lane, and let's wait and see. Connor Penn the whistle. They'll get Isaac Harrell on the personal and send us to the media timeout. Man from Jonesboro's first, his team's second. Back we come to Shar on a Saturday night. It was 14 at the break. Phoenix had got it dwindled down to the doorstep of double digits at 10. And Kyrie, the reason why is because of the job they're doing defensively at the start of the half. UNCG just 2 for 6 and 0 for 2 from deep.
Yeah, and I think the Phoenix they've gotten some stops, but they haven't necessarily put the ball in the rim as much as they need to. They need to continue to actually get into the lanes and just allow for their height to do what it does. And right now, Giles has slowed down a little bit, but you still see the aggressiveness of Polite. And so the Phoenix have to figure it out because it's a 10-point game with 15 minutes left. Big steal by Simpkins.
Yep, Simpkins on the steal, and he'll go to the other end and slam it in. Tawan with his third field goal of the night. He's in double figures.
TD, this was the lineup that the Phoenix had early in the first half that paid dividends with a lot of high energy. So with Isaac Harrell and then Braden Crump coming back in, can they make the difference here and create some stops here for the Phoenix?
This is Jones leaning in on Sherry. Can't get it to go. They'll slap at it and say last touch by Crump. How difficult is it for a defense as you get a look at the Simpkins steal and the flush that brings the Phoenix back within 8? How difficult is it for an offense to work with a guy like Isaac Harrell at the point of the zone?
Yeah, I think it's quite difficult because of his length, right? And just trying to make things happen. But that's the advantage of bringing him in, and then you have Crump that can get dirty in the end as well and fight for the rebounds.
And speaking of getting dirty, the guy from Morganton rips it away from Jalen Brev. Alternating arrow, though, will keep it with the Spartans off of the held ball.
I mean, you love to see that. You're playing in front of the home crowd. You're going to fight for every rebound, even though the possession arrow's going to UNCG. That's just showcasing that you're there. Phoenix just need to have that competitive drive. Another big steal, big pass.
Yep, Simpkins on his second swipe, and Isaac Harrell to the other end of the floor to hammer it in. I didn't know Isaac had speed like that to finish at the other end.
Well, Packers, right, when they get a little bit of a running start, which he did, they can actually get vertical about 6 to 7 inches. Fun fact.
49-43, Phoenix within 6. Ahmed no good. Jones the rebound. Tried to flip it over the top of the defense. Harrell with the steal.
Yeah, UNCG's a little out of sorts right now. They got to slow things down a little bit, but the Phoenix are taking advantage of it. 2 big steals, 2 big buckets, but now an opportunity to get this to a 5 or 4 point lead, or 3 point lead, I'm sorry, in regards to getting themselves back into this game.
Sherry pushes away to Simpkins. Tawan with it at the top. He'll take the Sherry screen. Now down the lane. Got the step and could not finish, but he'll draw the foul on Polite.
Once again, 2 big. And just looking at the steals from Simpkins, but looking at the steal from, they're making plays. And Tawan's doing exactly what he needs to do. Going to the rim, one-on-one matchup, just use great crossover and making that step. The Phoenix are doing what they need to do. Once again, this tandem of Crump and Harrell, they bring the energy. And right now, they're doing exactly that and getting the Phoenix back into this game.
I thought it was interesting. You and I had a chance during the shoot-around to visit with the third-year head coach, and he talked about the thing that impressed him the most Wednesday night. 27 points is great. 30 minutes is fantastic. But he did it all while his twin brother was working through whatever TK was working through, as you see him tonight in street clothes. That just speaks to the entire effort, right?
100%. Him and just being locked in. I think he understood this was his moment, this was his opportunity, not only play, but play for have the level of effort that his brother would have had. So just him not in the game right now is allowing him to really have this shine moment. He's taking advantage of it. But the Phoenix have gotten this to 5, and they need another big stop here. UNCG just has to slow things down a little bit. They're out of sorts. They're not running their sets. I expect them to really take their time and try to find the right shot on this possession.
Size and O in between the circles with Harrell at the top of the defense. Giles calling for a Henry screen. He'll take it. Sherry will follow him, and Henry the dunk. Sam Sherry simply out of place within regards to the defensive switch, and Malik Henry makes him pay.
Yeah, that's going to drive coach a little bit. That was one thing in shoot around that they talked about, is communicating. If Sam's going to do that, he needs to say something. And he didn't say anything there, and that just left the middle wide open.
Simpkins for the 3 at the top. Can't get it to fall. Sherry, though, with the offensive rebound. Sherry in the lane, working against Davis, and he'll draw the contact on Demetrius Davis.
Yeah, great move there by Sam Sherry. Just trying to, once he kind of felt him on his back, he did the smart thing, just drive. You have the size advantage. Great pump fake, get him in the air, and went right into the body. Good call.
And to the line will go the senior from out of Mechanicsburg. 9th best rebounder in the SoCon, in the CAA.
Ooh, boy. Going back.
Took you back to the way back, didn't we?
Going back.
And Sherry knocks down the free throw. Another 100 meals added to the kitty. Friends from Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to the Second Harvest Food Bank in North Carolina for each free throw the Phoenix make throughout the season. Our thanks to Food Lion and Food Lion Feeds for their partnership. Sherry makes them both. Phoenix down 14 at the start and gotten it back within the workable margin of 5 in about 6+ minutes.
If I'm UNCG, I put the ball in Giles' hands and let him do what he's been doing and try to find an opening through him for sure.
This is Reith. They'll send it away to Atwell. Atwell's been a little quiet on the evening. Flip downstairs, Giles to Henry, and a whistle. And let's wait and see. Will they get Isaac Harrell? And indeed, it does appear to be the call as Jeremy Moser will stand in. Second on Harrell becomes the third on the Phoenix. We mentioned it at the start. Jeremy Moser working his second straight Elon game after being a part of the crew on Wednesday night in East Tennessee.
Yeah. Henry just doing a good job of being active, allowed himself to cross the face of Giles. So when he get in a little bit of trouble, get him the rock, and that's exactly what they did.
And Malik Henry will make the first. Much like Ronald Polite III, Henry spent 4 years at George Mason. Made 7 starts in his time there, 93 appearances. Guy that was Texas 6A All-State his senior year in high school. And they don't hand out that honor to just anybody.
No, because there's 897 schools in a 3-mile radius of Texas. It's quite insane, but that is very impressive. I mean, especially at the 6A. A lot of great talent there in Texas, especially in hoops.
53-46. Phoenix, who had it within 5, now trail by 7. This is Dorn the catch. Left side, Dick for the jumper and good.
Great mid-range shot there by Nick, just taking advantage of having the space. That's probably the most space he's had in a while tonight, so taking advantage of that, getting the lead back down to 5 for UNCG.
Dorn's got 8 on the night for the Phoenix. Sizano at the top. He'll take it to the wing left side. Now up top, Atwell pitching right back to Sizano. Sizano driving in, trying to leave it for Henry. Ball knocked away, and Isaac Harrell out of there with it. Simply covered it up like the option fullback. Simpkins, Sherry, Harrell. Up top to Dorn. Dorn with Giles there, now sends it away to Simpkins. Juan thought about using the Sherry screen. Instead, he'll bring it right back up top. Now he will take the screen. Down the lane, the floater off the front of the iron. Harrell tapped it up top. Dorn with it on the foul line. Nick driving in the lane. Offensive foul. Whistle against Dorn. It'll send us to the media timeout. Third on Nick Dorn becomes the 4th on the Phoenix. Elon, who trailed by 14 at the break, trail by 5 as we head to the break.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Dear Triad, we see you driving by us every day, whether off to work or ready to play, heading over to a beautiful park, just in time for a fun family walk, or windows open, zipping around for quick bite with friends right downtown. Your Toyota takes you most everywhere, and we ensure you get there with the utmost of care. Oh, Triad, we sure love you dearly. Yours, most sincerely, Cox Toyota. Before you buy, give Cox a try.
Discover your gateway to the Elon experience with a stay at the Inn at Elon, a 4-star boutique hotel nestled in the heart of one of the nation's most beautiful campuses. Their mission, a stay with a purpose, ensures that 100% of profits from your stay and meals go directly to supporting student scholarships. Enjoy fine dining at the Mark, along with exceptional hospitality throughout your stay. Learn more and book your visit at theinnatelon.com.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
Nick Dorn becomes the first member of the home squad wearing the alternate black home uniforms to draw his third personal on the evening. Your thoughts, my friend?
The first one, the initial contact, and then the second one, he kind of went flying in a little bit. But that's the thing, especially when you dip that shoulder as an offensive person right in front of the ref in that call, you're usually going to get called in that situation. So that's a great job if you just look at how UNCG has just continued to battle in that situation, specifically Giles. He took the first one and the second one right in the chest, gave it a little bit of a flair with it as well, but he got the call, and it's UNCG ball.
Phoenix have held the Spartans just 3 for 10 from the floor in the second half. It's the reason that 14 is now turned into 5. Polite down the lane right side, tried to leave it for Atwell. Atwell caught it, bobbled it, and then tried to leave it for Polite, and I believe they're going to get Harrell for the contact, and indeed they are.
Yeah, that's a really tough matchup for Isaac on Polite, and just with his speed, his agility, his ability to stop on a dime. So Isaac has to make sure, Harrell has to make sure he's really disciplined in that situation and calm his body down, because right there he's kind of locked in, and that's a foul every time.
Non-shooting foul, so Polite will trigger. Gets it into Miles Jones, the son of the head coach. And Giles in between the circles.
He gets in the zone here.
This is Atwell, right wing for the 3 and good. Guy who came in as the team leader hits his second of the night, 56-48.
That's the thing out of the zone, specifically. Just enough space for him to just do what he does, and that's exactly what he did. No hands up in that situation, too, so he just kind of shot it, went in. And we've seen a few of those from UNCG tonight.
This is Dorn down the lane, trying to draw the contact, and does. Polite will get whistled for his 4th. Graduate student from out of Temple Hills, Maryland, draws the 15 foul. First time of the season he's drawn 4 in a ball game.
We might need to get like one of those, I don't know, what are they called, croquis that kind of tie the glasses together in the back, because Polite's rec specs are flying everywhere. So I know that's been really difficult for him tonight, but the Phoenix, especially for Dorn, good drive there in that situation just to put Polite in that thought, because they need him for sure, and that's going to be someone that they want to continue to go at.
Nick makes the free throw, 11 points, 2 rebounds on Wednesday night, but just 2 for 9 from behind the arc. And makes the second one as well. You just got a feeling, kids, that when the first one goes for the guy from out of Charlotte, 10 straight may go at this point.
Yeah, and he's competing. It hasn't been pretty by any stretch of the imagination. 0 for 3 from the 3 ball, but that kind of tells me who that young man is. Just a matter of time. But the Phoenix just have to stay within range.
Polite driving in, had it partially blocked away. Phoenix have got the numbers, and Tawan Simpkins clear the flight plan as the man from out of Brooklyn hammers it home.
Great job by TK, kind of looking, not TK, but TJ going both ways. Well done, sir.
27 on Wednesday night, and with his twin brother at the end of the bench nursing an injury, the man says, I'll take it myself, and he's moved the Phoenix within 4. Kyrie Walker, I'm Taylor Durham. Glad to be with you on a Saturday night. Special thanks to our folks behind the scenes this evening. We tell you about Patrick Cunningham, who steers the ship for us, but Philip Doherty, Annika Cronin, Quentin Brenner, Jordan Malinari Suggs, Daniel Cowrie, and John Spitznagel putting in bonus efforts on this holiday break home contest. And so far, been treated to a dandy. Phoenix, who trailed by 14 at the break, trailed by 4 as we approach the halfway point in the second frame.
TD has been a great game. It was a great fight back and forth. UNCG taking advantage of moments, but big play by Sam Sherry.
Henry had it slapped away by Sherry, going to the baseline to retrieve it and could not come up with it, but the block will certainly get credited to the man from Mechanicsburg.
Four has done such a great job just the last couple of years of those. They're just getting his hand up, using his length and making a play. That's something that he's really excelled at. Done a great job.
7 on the shot clock. UNCG looking for the opportunity. Can't get it to go. Atwell couldn't find the range. And Sherry with the rebound.
Here we go with the Phoenix. Down by 4 here with 14 at the half. Just have to take their time, run their sets as coaches kind of running them through, and find the open opportunity.
Second double-double on the season for Sam, by the way. First since Northern Illinois. Simpkins on his own dribble, loops it up top. Sherry thought about it. Now simply got to find somebody. Tawan will fire. That's no good.
There it is.
Right place, right time, and the stick back goes.
I'm telling you, I think Coach has something here with Braden Crump and Isaac Harrell running in this game. Like, realistically, when they have been in, they have given UNCG fits, and it's not because they're just showing extreme athleticism. They're just fighting, and they're hustling, and that's a big play. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And Giles simply has it bounce out of bounds. Jeremy Moser says that it went off of the Phoenix. Connor Penn and Mr. Moser will get together and huddle up.
Yeah, no one was around him, so I don't know how.
Wow. And indeed, they will reverse the call. And all I'll tell you, friends, is technology helps, because the big video boards in either end zone help guide that effort.
Well, great job by Elon Sports Vision, kind of showcasing that.
Job.
But at the same time, I'm just trying to figure out who he thought touched the ball. Nobody was around him in that situation, so glad we got that one right. And now the Phoenix have an opportunity to tie this game or go up.
8th miscue of the evening. Sherry looking for the tie. Down the lane. Got the bucket to go. And the foul.
I'm telling you, four's locked in right now.
Personal is going to be called on Jalen Breath. It's his second. It's team 6. And you don't think the cat from Mechanicsburg wanted back on the floor after Wednesday night?
Well, I'll tell you right now.
Legs right there.
Well, the big thing with Four in that situation, T, is that he is a threat from the three-point line, so you have to take him seriously. You can't give him too much space. Great pump fake there, driving the lane. And he has shown when he drives the lane, especially after a pump from the three-point lane, he is lethal, and he's done a great job with that tonight. Big play and missed opportunity there for Ford.
Yep, third tie of the evening as Sizano will bring in front court for the Spartans. And a whistle away from the ball, C.J. Middlebrooks. And it will be Isaac Harrell. Second time Harrell's picked up 4 in a ball game. First time since Notre Dame. Matt Van Komen to the scorer's table.
I mean, but that's some great minutes there from Isaac Harrell. He's done a fantastic job tonight. And now Van Komen, who hasn't played, only played 17 minutes so far tonight. Now it's an opportunity. He should be pretty fresh, but they can utilize him for the last 8 and get what they need to do in order to walk out here with a win.
Inbounds, Breath going right after Van Komen and simply slips on the deck. They'll get the travel called on Breath, and then Simpkins and Henry go over the top of one another in the lane.
Man, TD, this is some fun basketball. This is some I-85 nonsense we're seeing right now, but the guys are just going out there putting their bodies on the line. In that situation, they're playing hard, they're playing fast, they're playing physical, and we're seeing it all here today.
Thought it was interesting spending time with members of both staffs before the ball game. A lot of talk about the building about 500 yards up the road that used to seat 1,600 and get pretty loud.
Yeah. I mean, you know, alumni gym basketball was just built different. These cats don't know about that.
Sherry top of the key for the lead. No good. Simpkins, though, with the rebound.
Good.
Tawan brings it back out to reset.
Good job by Tawan. Not forcing there, not panicking, just kind of getting a reset into the offensive set, trying to find the open shooter to get a good shot.
Simpkins takes it to the foul circle, driving it on Sizano. Stop, pop, halfway down, popped out, Crump the rebound, and Braden stuck it back in.
Once again, TD, Braden Crump, Isaac Harrell getting down and dirty in the paint, doing what they need to do. That is a big play by 14 in the Phoenix for the first time in a long time with a 2-point lead.
Phoenix were on the wrong end of the 17-2 UNCG run. They're trying to turn the page, a 10-0 Phoenix run.
And see how are they doing it? They're driving the lane. They're not settling for jump shots. They're being physical. They're matching the intensity of UNCG.
Sizano pitching away to Ahmed. Ahmed on the right wing, skips it over the top of the defense. Giles with the shot clock winding down. Can't get it to go. Crump the rebound.
Yeah, good job by Braden Crump to slow it down here, find what they need. Sam Sherry looking for the right spot.
Dorn, left wing off of the fastball from Sherry.
Good job by the Phoenix, slowing things down. UNCG has to stop the bleeding right here.
Simpkins driving in the lane, can't get through, and they'll simply call the travel look. On to one, it'll send us to the media timeout. C.J. Middlebrooks with the call. Phoenix turn it over for the 11th time on the night. Back we come to Shore. This is Elon Basketball. $58-56. We'll get you some numbers here in just a moment. Let us tell you, though, about our good friends at the Hawthorne and Brightwood Farms. Thinking about finding your next home, then look no further than the newest property within a 10-minute drive to campus. Hawthorne and Brightwood Farm, located on Highway 70. Life you deserve and a place to live it. Kyrie, Sherry, Van Coben between them. 17 rebounds. Phoenix are plus 16 on the glass, including an obnoxious 19 offensive rebounds.
Yes, sir. They're definitely protecting the glass. Another crazy number. Isaac Harrell, 4 steals. Crazy. These guys are playing hard. They're playing. This is a great game, but I think UNCG, they're going to continue to fight here, especially with their guard play. They're going to continue to try to get to the rack and find the open shot.
Polite in between the circles for Mike Jones's ball club. Sizano, Polite right in the heart of the defense. Reith left it for Breath. Right back to Reith. Now Breath. Boy, Phoenix just simply trapping everything. Baseline, can't get it to go. Atwell the rebound, left it for Reith. 7-4, closed the door. Atwell, baseline right side. Reset shot clock, winds to 10. Polite with Sherry on him defensively.
Oh,
Breath simply went away from the screen. Then Polite took the three, couldn't get it to go. And Matthew plays volleyball with it for the Phoenix. Van Combing yanks down the rebound, 8th of the night.
I mean, really good closeout defense there by Braden Crump, and great rebound by Van Combing.
And a whistle away from the ball. Jeremy Moser will get the call. They'll get Donovan Atwell. Third on Atwell. Becomes the 8th on the Spartans. And so the Phoenix, whose trouble from 15 feet and unguarded Wednesday night has been well documented, will head to the stripe. We're on the night 17 for 24. 70.8%.
TD, I don't know if you noticed it, but number 14 at the line right now, Braden Crump, he's talking a little bit of trash, so he's feeling good. And if he's feeling good, and I think that lets build some confidence in this team. He's a young guy, so if you got your young guy feeling pretty good about it right now, he's out there competing. They're loving the energy he's bringing. That's going to boost everyone else up.
Last 2 games, 7 points, 8 rebounds per contest. Crump knocks down the free throw. Braden has got 6 on the night to go with 6 rebounds. It just keeps coming moment by moment for him, doesn't it?
Yep.
As Simpkins in the backcourt trying to apply pressure, and they'll get the 10-second call.
Yep.
Polite had it knocked away, and on the recovery, just simply did not realize time and place, did he?
No, and that's by Simpkins, just trying to really interrupt the play. That's exactly what he did in that situation. And the Phoenix, they are just locked in right now. I mean, especially going to that trap and having Sam Sherry, who has the height and the arm length to really disrupt. They're just doing what they have to do in this moment. And they're making the stops. They're getting the stops they needed, and they're putting UNCG in a tough position, not letting them run what they want to.
Phoenix at a 12-0 run. It lives inside the 14-3 run. Simpkins using the Sherry screen. He'll give it right back to Sam. Down the lane and simply finger rolled one off the window, did the man from Mechanicsburg.
Well, it looks like number 4 Shoulders feeling just fine, especially on that roll in that situation. Great awareness of Sam knowing where he is and getting it right off the glass.
Phoenix had matched their largest lead of the night at 6. Sizano, Polite in the lane, had it slapped away by Van Komen, but recovers. Giles for the triple. He can't get it to go, and it's Sherry with a rebound.
Yeah, Giles is rushing a little bit. Polite looks like he's a little bit out of his flow as well. UNCG has to reset in this situation because they're getting this a little bit away, and the Phoenix are just taking their time running the sets that they need. So if UNCG is going to get into it, they have to run and they have to be calm. But right now they're kind of panicking and just kind of throwing shots up that aren't necessarily the best.
Boy, Simpkins wanted to go to Van Komen. Van Komen and Reith in the lane. This is Crump for the Tribola. Missed everything. Sherry had his hand on the rebound, and then Breath lost it out of bounds, and he'll simply slap the playing floor of Robertson Court in frustration. I thought the head coach said something very, very sort of inside this afternoon when we had a chance to visit. Van Komen makes Sherry better. Sherry makes Van Komen better. You can see it playing out right now.
Yeah, 100%, because you just, especially from the opponent, it's just that height, the length, the physicality. You have to face that. And that's why if Sam's at the top of the key and he hits you with a pump fake, you're alarmed, because if he starts driving, who's going to stop him? And then he could just throw it up to Van Komen. So that is a cheat code for the Elon offense that's really started to work. But once again, the other guys around them playing well and really seeing great stuff from TJ Simpkins.
Doran, the catch and the fire. No good. Sherry, the rebound and the putback. Count the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, bud. Yes. Once again, T, I'm telling you right now, number 4 is locked in, and he's just playing. He's just timing his jumps perfectly, utilizing his height, had an advantage there, and he's going back up. He had Polite on him. That is what he is supposed to do, and that is what he's doing. Those fresh legs, I'm telling you, not playing Wednesday. I think Coach kind of got in his ear a little bit, and he's locked in right now, and he's leading this team.
But he's also going straight back up. There's
Yes.
no dawdling on the offensive rebound right now.
No, he knows. He has the advantages, and he's doing just that. But that's big shot for Polite. They needed that badly.
Yep, second triple of the evening for Polite the third. That's the Phoenix lead to 6. Elon, for a moment, had gotten it to the largest of the night at 9.
Elon can't get sloppy there. That's a tough play by Tawan Simpkins there. They have to be smart. UNCG is very capable of making this a quick run and getting this back to a single, well, not single digits, but a 1 or 2 point game.
12th miscue of the evening for the Phoenix. Giles to make him pay at the other end, and does. Kenyon Giles, his 5th triple on the night. He's got 5.5, 22 for the ball game.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you just can't throw it away like that, and then you leave Giles wide open. Can't do that as well. Once again, this game's far from over.
And head coach Billy Taylor will ask for the timeout. It'll fall to the guys of the Under 4 media. Kyrie mentioned it, a 6-0 UNCG run, and all of a sudden 9-3.
Great medicine and world-class athletics come together at Duke. The Urbanic Sports Science Institute leads this collaboration in treating all sports-related issues from injuries to improving performance. We pride ourselves on offering the best clinical care for all athletes, all ages, and all skill levels. To learn more, visit dukehealth.org or call 919-813-6860.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
At McGurk's Pub, you'll feel the Philadelphia brotherly love in the food and atmosphere. Home to the tidal wave and the best cheesesteak south of Philly. McGurk's also has a local craft beer selection that pairs perfectly with our delicious nachos. Bring your friends and family to McGurk's, the best eats and atmosphere in Eli. Alamance Community College invites you to step through our doors into a world of opportunity. It's the perfect place to find your key to success. Earn a 2-year degree at ACC through hands-on training in more than 40 careers. Go to the head of the class in today's technology-driven workplace. Want a 4-year degree? ACC can help you start your BA through university transfer. Earn your first 2 years of credits at a fraction of the cost. Click on alamancecc.edu to learn more.
We all have our own way of getting business done. You know how to wow them. We know how to help turn your big ideas into reality.
Loved your plan to expand the business. Here's what I can do.
Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
With Kyrie Walker, I'm Taylor Durham, thrilled to be with you. You get a look at the man in the alternate home black top wearing the number 4. 23 points, 13 boards tonight. Part of a 42 rebound effort for the Phoenix as a program, including 21 on the offensive end and a plus 19 rebound advantage.
See, it's going to be a real interesting 3 minutes and 45 seconds of this game. We have seen it all. It's been really chaotic, but two teams that are hungry for a win. It's going to be who executes the best down the stretch. That's who will walk out of here with the W today.
Simpkins pitches to Sherry. Why not go to the hot hand, and Sam can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled away by Jones. He'll move it away to Polite. Spartans can get it tied back up on this trip for the 4th time in the ball game. From the corner for the triple and good. Donovan Atwell does just that. He's got 9 on the night.
I mean, solid penetration there, kicked it open, and they've just run that really well. And it was a 9-point lead for the Phoenix that has evaporated. And with 3 minutes left, we are 65 all.
Simpkins down the lane, left side. He'll draw the contact on Atwell. Donovan Atwell whistled for his 4th, 3rd of the half. It becomes the 10th team foul, so the double bonus the remainder of the way for the home-standing maroon and white.
Yeah, I think that's 5 for Atwell, too.
Excuse me, it is 5 for Atwell. He's disqualified for the first time on the season. He will leave with just 9 on the night. Came in working on a stretch of 3 straight ball games in double figures. It's 3 triples on the night. But his 5th foul will put Tawan Simpkins at the line. And an opportunity for the Phoenix to once again move in front. And Simpkins misses the free throw. And Kyrie, wouldn't you know, after the struggles from the line on Wednesday night, here we go one more time.
Yes,
Phoenix will have to win it from the stripe.
I mean, the Phoenix have missed 8 free throws tonight. TJ with 4, 5. Missed free throw. That's tough. He's going to have to really clutch down because those are going to be points that the Phoenix are leaving off the board with 8 missed free throws. And UNCG with the opportunity to take the lead with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
Giles working on Simpkins defensively. Giles wanted to turn the corner, couldn't. He'll simply leave it for Ahmed. Now right back to Giles. Now down in the corner, they'll work left side to Jones. Jones driving in, sends it baseline. Ahmed for the jumper and good. Spartans lead once again.
Yeah, Ahmed's doing a great job of just finding a spot in space where no one is, and he has enough of an opportunity to really get in the rhythm of the shot, and no one's guarding him. So he's hit it, and now UNCG up 2.
67-65. Simpkins with it at the top of the key. This is Harold driving baseline left side. Up top, Dorn for the triple. Right wing and good.
I told you, that man's going to hit one per game for sure, and he's been waiting on it. And that's big there for Nick Dorn. And that is his 13th point of the night, and the Phoenix are up 1 under 2 minutes to go.
37th triple on the season for Dorn. Ahmed moves it away to Giles. Leaves it for Polite. Polite. Now back around the horn they go. Giles has got it. 5th best scorer in the SoCon. Trying to drive on Simpkins. Down the lane and high off the window and good.
Standing drive there by Giles. You just got to chalk it up there. That young man has done a great job of just getting to the rack and putting the ball where it needs to be. Great play.
69-68. 1:26 left. Dorn feeling it left corner. Can't get it to go. Crump deflected it, and they're going to say Braden's the last one to touch it. And let's see, Phoenix. Well, now they're going to go to the monitor. The initial ruling was that Braden Crump had been the last to touch it, but now Jeremy Moser, C.J. Middlebrooks, and Cooper Penn will adjourn to the monitor, and they'll show it. Well, they started to show it on the video boards. Now they'll simply put the logo up. We get a look at it, though, off of our Elon Sports Vision monitors.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, that looks like Henry's got the last hand on it.
It does. I'm not even sure if Crump got it, but it definitely looks like it's off of UNCG there, based off of what we've seen.
Spartans have hit their last 5 in the midst of a 13-3 run. Quick reminder, Phoenix have got one more non-conference matter to attend to. Thundering Herd of Marshall University will be in the building next Saturday night, 7 p.m. ElonTickets.com. And then don't forget, if you're looking for a short drive to make after the new year, as Jeremy Moser walks away from the monitor and says Elon basketball. If you're looking for the short drive to make, may we suggest a Thursday night at the Corbett Sports Center for the CAA opener. Elon and A&T before the Phoenix are back in the building January 4th for Hampton. One more non-conference test next Saturday night, ElonTickets.com. Simpkins on the inbounds. Harrell couldn't finish. Simpkins had a hand on it. UNCG on the recovery.
It was a great play, and Isaac had it, just didn't capitalize. Big board there for UNCG. And 1:07 left, up by 1. UNCG just needs to work their set, and I guarantee you they'll probably put it in the hands of Polite or give it to guys. Or not.
This is Jones for the triple. No good, and Simpkins tracks down the rebound. Miles Jones, who was 4 for 16 on the year from deep, takes the triple and misses.
I'm not sure if that's what Coach wanted in that situation. He keeps it high hand.
Simpkins down the lane, can't get it to go. Crump and Simpkins get tangled up. Jump ball is the call. And they'll say alternating arrow goes the way of the Phoenix. That's a heady job by both Crump and Simpkins to realize it, get there, and get the tie-up.
And Crump knew, especially with that shot didn't go the way he wanted, he had to go compete and fight for that board and get that tie-up, and now gets the ball back to the Phoenix with the 20-second shot clock.
Yep, and Elon will take the timeout. 41.6 left. And we will keep it right here. As you get a look inside the huddle, the 19th head coach in program history, 5th in the Division I era, and Billy Taylor trying to win a 10th consecutive home ball game against non-conference teams. You and I talk often about the rhythm of the year. We sat down this afternoon and looked at Coach and said, you can do something this evening. And And he kind of looked at us and went, oh, yeah. I didn't think about it like that.
No, because I think coach is just thinking, no, getting out of here with the W. Everything else is great. But for the Phoenix, is understanding where they are right now on the clock, and then also, got a little physicality here.
Miles Jones and Braden Crump. Jones trying to shoehorn himself into Sherry and Crump. Now Sherry backs away. Jeremy Moser trying to get everybody lined up.
I love it. I love it. Love seeing the young guy getting into the mix.
Simpkins looking on the inbounds. Got to find somebody who'll get it into Sherry. Sam hands it right back to Juan, top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. Sherry spinning in the lane. Sam jump, got the lead back. 8th field goal of the night. And the Phoenix move it to a 1-point advantage.
Yeah, they're going to check the clock here to make sure they get the time right. I think maybe 30, 31 seconds when Sam hit that, but he backed him down. He saw who was on him. Great turn. He's been working on that hook for a couple years. Big shot by 4.
All right, let's go into the UNCG huddle. 2 timeouts left, but Mike Jones gets a little bit of a bonus one. Right now, everybody's going to huddle up while they check the monitor.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Spartans can just play this straight up and not have to worry about taking one of the final 2, right?
And I would be, I think that's exactly what they can do, and I would be stunned if it's not Giles or Polite taking this last shot, considering how effective they've been tonight. But the Phoenix are going to be aware of that as well. So if they try to trap or anything like that, there's going to be someone else whose number is going to be called to try to make a big play. And especially considering with 30.5, the Phoenix could make a stop and get the ball. But I think they're going to milk this clock, especially UNCG, and try to find the best option. That's probably going to be in the hands of either 3 or 11.
Big loss on the night. Donovan Atwell, who came in 4th in the SoCon in triples and is fouled out for the first time on the year. 94 feet. Polite will get it started. Henry, Ahmed, Jones, and Giles, the other 4. Polite down the lane. They'll skip it around the corner, and Giles bobbled it. Had to go back and get it. 13 on the shot clock. Down the lane, Giles lost the handle on it. They'll say last touch, though, by the Phoenix. It's either Harrell or Simpkins. And they will ask for an opportunity to go look at the monitor. So 2 ball clubs right now sitting on 2 timeouts and 1 timeout. Will simply get the benefit once again of another monitor visit for this crew as you get a look at Elon Sports Vision.
That might be off of Giles. Yes, you can see Isaac hands come up, but Giles has the inside there. I think that's going to be tough to call. I mean, the push is coming off of Isaac, but I think the last touch is on Giles. But as we learned in football, I am 97% wrong. Please, nobody listen to me at home. We will see what happens.
That is fantastic work by our camera operators, Daniel Towery and also Jordan Molinari Suggs. But also a tip of the cap to our replay coordinator in Quentin Brenner, as well as our video engineer in John Spitznagel. CJ Middlebrooks comes out and says it is UNCG basketball. I don't think this is like football, though, pal. I think that was one of the ones that you looked at the monitor and thought, I see something maybe, but I don't see it past the point of maybe.
Right. Yeah, and you can see the Phoenix right now with their strategy. They're getting Van Coleman back in the game here to get a little bit size on the interior. But once again, this is it's kind of a reprieve here for UNCG. That could have been really, really problematic for them. But now they get a chance to right some wrongs and get ahead to end the game or with a little bit of time left.
And timeout has been asked for. Let's wait and see. Well, I thought for a moment timeout had been asked for, but this is Jeremy Moser, Connor Penn at the scores table. And now all of a sudden, Jeremy Moser points over to the UNC bench. The UNCG bench, rather, and says timeout. Or no, looked like he was pointing over. He was not. He was simply pointing to tell you where the inbounds is.
TD, I'm a little confused on the shot clock situation because when it started, it was 11.5 seconds with the 24-second shot clock, but now it's under. Or am I losing my mind here in that situation?
But I will tell you what that means to me.
Yes, sir.
What that means to me is it's point something when the shot clock goes 0. So UNCG will have the last look.
Yeah.
Because as we've all learned in this shot clock age of college basketball, it takes a little bit longer than just a hiccup to do something.
You're right. Okay.
As Harold, Crump, Sherry, Simpkins, and Dorn in defensively for the Phoenix. Elon by 1. Polite look it. Got to get it in. Does to Jones. Jones to Giles. Giles will fire the off-balance 3. No good. Sam Sherry with a rebound. Number 14 on the night. And the Phoenix will go to the other end.
I mean, that's the best defense that they had on Giles all night, and that's a tough look there. I mean, he's been hot and just finding his spot. But Simpkins did a great job kind of staying there, and great job by Isaac Harrell using his side in that situation. And once again, Braden Crump there to tip it to Sam Sherry. Big free throws here for 4.
Sherry, who on the night, 7 for 9 from the stripe, 25 points, 14 rebounds to his credit, and makes the first one. That's important. Second one's pretty big as well because it moves it to a 3-point ball game.
Phoenix got to communicate on who gets who. Big box out opportunities as well.
Sherry ready on the second one. No good. Crump deflects it. And they'll say over the end line, last touch by the Spartans.
We're reviewing everything.
4.4 left. They are going to review it.
I don't hate it.
But at 4.4 left, Mike Jones's ball club with an opportunity to have a walk-off moment inside Shar. As you get a look at Sherry on the free throw, the back end of the opportunity. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Ahmed and Henry and Crump.
Yeah.
Go back to the top. Go back right there. Kyrie, that's...
I think, just that last tip at the end, especially since they called it off. You know what? Nope, I got nothing. We're going to see, but that's tight. I mean,
you and I have talked about it often before that there's a call on the floor, then there's going to the monitor, and there's got to be indisputable to overturn it.
100%. Just from those looks, I don't know if we have it indisputable.
I don't know if it's 2 hands or 3 hands. Right there, if you go back right there is where they're looking at it. There is 1 hand of each player in the mix. Henry, Ahmed, and Crump. I go back to the line that you had during the football season,
sir.
Indisputable video evidence.
Yeah, indisputable.
So now let's assume that it's UNCG basketball. Jones will handle the throw-in. Polite, Giles are the 2 guys that are the candidates. You wouldn't think Henry is. Ahmed is 12 for 23 from triple on the year. Make him 12 for 25 tonight after an 0 for 2 effort.
Yeah.
So, potentially there's 3 guys that can take this game winner. Or you play for the overtime and play for the 2 on the runout.
Oh, boy.
And they have reversed the decision. It'll be Elon basketball off of the reverse of the decision on the rebound. They'll say that either Henry or Ahmed got the hand on it. And so now take that perspective out of the window.
Throw it away.
And the Phoenix will have the inbounds up 2 with 4.4 left. DeJuan Simpkins to trigger. And a whistle. And timeout has been called for by the Phoenix of head coach Billy Taylor, who will simply look at the brand new inbounds. And all of a sudden, Mike Jones over for a visit with C.J. Middlebrooks. We mentioned there's a number of guys on both of these staffs that kind of tie back into the series. And obviously, Coach Taylor, who was an assistant from Fran McCaffrey in the days of alumni gym. Mike Jones, who was a former head coach at Radford when the Phoenix played the Highlanders. Josh Gross, who's on Coach Jones's staff now, who was on Coach Taylor's staff for 2 seasons. But I don't think anybody ever knows when you're going to have an ACC Rookie of the Year in the building. And the 1989 ACC Rookie of the Year in Brian Stith. Great to see him. You and I looked at each other before the game and thought, if I got to have somebody go get me 10 and 6, I think he can still go get me 10 and 6.
I mean, you know, he has that Norfolk, Virginia background, and we just built him a little bit different in Norfolk. No, but an ODU legend as well, so it's great to see him. It's just, that's the part of this rivalry that's been so great. The familiarity, a lot of familiar faces. Even Coach Taylor's connection to UNCG makes this a lot of fun. But with 4.4, the Phoenix got to be smart here. Nothing silly, no turnovers, and just hit their free throws.
Isaac Harrell looking on the inbounds, gets it to Sherry, and Henry will simply reach in and slap at it. Grad student from out of Longview, Texas, whistled for his first. Phoenix are in the double bonus. And so Sam Sherry back to the stripe.
Sam's hit some big shots tonight, but these are going to be the two biggest of his night so far, and this is huge.
Sherry knocks down the first. Sam has already set the season high. He's also set a brand new personal best on both counts. 27 points, 14 rebounds. And a whale of a bounce back by him and by the Phoenix. Sherry knocks down the second one. That should mathematically take care of it.
Big.
And you look at Darius Stone across the way, simply stand up and go, no fouls, no fouls. 73-69. Jones calling it to him. He'll flip it in. Giles will fire. Horn will sound. Ball game. In a ball club that simply got beat on Wednesday night in Johnson City, and then found themselves down 14 at the break. And Kyrie, I don't want to tell you they were standing on the cliff's edge, but they were awfully close to getting to the point that they could see it.
Yeah.
And the Phoenix buckle down and fight back and wind up winning by 4.
And they needed to. And so much credit to a lot of individuals. Obviously, Sam Sherry with 28 points, 14 boards was an absolute dog tonight. But once again, just looking at the lineup, I think the biggest thing that Coach found was going with Isaac Harrell, Braden Crump. The energy that they had was infectious. And those young men played so hard, so fast, so physical, and just allowing them. Nick Dorn had an opportunity, was able to get a big 3-ball. Just looking at TJ Simpkins and his first start, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Like, the stat lines are there, and these young men played hard. UNCG is going to be a problem in the Southern Conference, but for the Phoenix, this is a big win after a tough loss, getting back home and doing what they're capable of doing, and this is going to pay dividends going forward, breaking a 7-game losing streak to the crosstown rivals.
Head coach Billy Taylor will be available on social media tomorrow morning along with game highlights. You'll also have the Oak House play of the game a little bit later on a Sunday morning. Phoenix buckle down defensively. They hold UNCG to only 9 field goals in the second half, including 4 triples. Elon now 8-4 on the season, and the Spartans move to 6-6 on the year. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to one and all. We'll see you next Saturday night. Marshall in town to close it out. Phoenix have won 10 straight home non-conference games. They do so this evening, coming from 14 down to win by 4. For our broadcast partner in Dr. Kyrie Walker, Patrick Cunningham, and our entire cast of thousands, I'm Taylor Durham. Good evening from Shar Center. Pretty good way to get the Christmas holiday, isn't it? Phoenix win by 4.